My friends, I want to welcome you all to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. What I have here is the Mardingtop Tactical 28-liter backpack. I've been testing this out for numerous months now, and I'm ready to share with you all my final review. Many months ago, I posted a preview and a first look at this backpack where I took it on a hiking trip. And in that episode, I tested out this backpack to provide you all with my initial thoughts. Many months have passed since then, and I've continued to test out this pack. In this episode, I'm going over the pros and cons and whether or not I could recommend this product to you all. In the field test episode that I put up, I went over every single stat, every single feature of that backpack. So if you're looking for all of the details concerning this pack, check that episode. In this episode here, I will touch upon the stats, I'll quickly go over the backpack, but the primary focus is the review, my thoughts and impressions of this backpack. With that being said, everyone, let's go ahead and take a quick look at this backpack and all of its features. When you're looking at the front of this pack, you will see that it has 3 external pockets, 1, 2, and 3. For the bottom 2, you have PALS webbing on these pockets. For the top pocket, you have Velcro and also some shock cord. You can use this shock cord to attach your jacket to this or some gear potentially. Each one of these pockets has dual zippers, 2-way zippers, and each one of these pockets offer quite a bit of space. On the inside of this bottom pocket, you have some elastic webbing. As far as space goes, this pocket is big enough for a tarp and also some cordage with plenty of space left over. Going up to the next pocket, the features are different. So you have a good amount of space, but you actually have sleeves here. So you have 2 sleeves in the front and a large sleeve in the back. With the top outer pocket, on the inside, you have some additional webbing. Some of it is elastic, some of it is polyester. Each side of this backpack is exactly the same. You have water bottle pockets down at the bottom, you have 2 compression straps, and you have 3 runs of PALS webbing. This is the other side of the backpack, and as you can see, it has the exact same features. Taking a look at the back side of this backpack, the feature set is very simple. You have a grab handle up at the top, a hydration port for hydration bladders. You have the harness system. You have some elastic, plastic D-ring, sternum strap. It's adjustable as you would expect with no quick release. On the harness, you do have some foam padding. And this here is the back of the backpack. And as you can see, this is nothing more than a solid sheet. On the inside, there is some foam, but it's very, very thin. It's just enough to give this pack somewhat of a frame. Down at the bottom, you have a very simple waist belt. It's nothing more than a polyester strap with a buckle on it. You do have some strap keepers though, 1 on each side. To access the main portion of this backpack in true capacity, you need to undo the compression straps. That way you could truly open up this system. As you all can see here, you have 2 large mesh pockets. Both have zipper access. On the inside of the pack, you have sleeves on both sides. You have a hydration sleeve, and you also have some hook and loop to hold a hydration bladder. As far as the features of this backpack, it really is that simple. The company claims this is a 28-liter backpack. It's not true. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. The weight of this pack is 2.1 pounds. And when it comes to the materials, you're looking at a 600 denier polyester. It does feature YKK zippers and YKK buckles. It is available in 3 colors: khaki, black, and green. And the cost of this backpack at the time of filming is $42. Hopefully this pack isn't covered in ticks. I've seen one already, and that's just from putting it on the ground. I've mentioned this before, but Lone Wolf Mountain here is covered in ticks. Anyways, folks, let's move to the review of this backpack, starting with the pros. Pro number 1 is this. The overall quality of this backpack is good for $42. As long as you keep the price in mind, it will keep your expectations in check. So again, this is a $42 polyester backpack. For $42, the quality is good. It is in no way perfect. There are some loose threads. Some of the stitching looks poor at times, especially here on the side. With this version that I purchased, there's some funky stitch work here. It doesn't look that great, but so far it has not presented a problem for this backpack. One of the most important aspects to this backpack is comfort, and luckily that is a pro for this system. This is a comfortable backpack to wear. One aspect that really helps with this is the fact that it is so small. This is a very small, very narrow backpack, and the truth is it cannot hold much. And because of that, overall, what you can carry is comfortable. The shoulder harness here is comfortable enough. The back of the pack is comfortable enough. And again, everyone, you have to keep this in mind. This is a backpack that costs $42. So for a backpack that costs $42, This is incredibly comfortable. I mentioned how narrow this backpack is, and that's an aspect that I like. It's a very narrow system. You put it on, it fits close to the back, it doesn't move around a lot, and it doesn't get in the way as you're hiking. So you could be plowing through the woods, going through the bush, and it's not getting hung on anything because it's so narrow. As far as the ways that you can utilize this backpack, you can use it for just about anything, as long as it's of a civilian sort of nature. It's a great backpack for day hikes, for cycling. You can use this as an EDC bag. You could throw this in your canoe, your kayak, whatever. Where it does not excel well at is true tactical situations, true military situations. The company likes to refer to this as a military backpack, and that is so far from the truth, it's not even funny. This is of a tactical style, but that's about it. The next pro that I have for this backpack is the fact that you can organize your gear any way that you want to. You have 3 external pockets, there's webbing, there's sleeves. On the inside of the backpack, you have more sleeves, you have more pockets. So you can utilize this and organize your gear any way that you want to. In my opinion, it's a good balance of organization. And that brings us over to my final pro for this backpack, and that is looks. I personally like the way that this backpack looks. It's a very cool design. I like the front pockets. Heck, I like everything about it, to be honest. Especially for $42. Now everyone, let's move over to the cons that I have for this backpack. So con number 1 is this. Again, this is not 28 liters. It's not even close. This is a very small backpack. As soon as you go to pack this backpack, you'll see what I'm talking about. In the field test episode that I did with this backpack, I mentioned that there was no way this was 28 liters. I personally felt it was around 25 liters. The day that that video went up, Mardingtop changed their listing on Amazon. It went from 28 liters to 25 liters. Unfortunately, since that point in time, the company has gone back and changed it again, and it now says 28 liters. Con number 2 for this backpack is ventilation. There's no way to avoid this, folks. When you're wearing this backpack, when you're out hiking with it, when you take it off, you are going to be soaking wet. The shoulder strap area, your back, you will be absolutely soaked. And that's because there's no ventilation here. There's nothing that's going to promote ventilation. There's nothing here that's going to wick away moisture from your body. And that applies to the harness system and the backside of this pack. As I mentioned before, the company likes to describe this as a military backpack, namely a 3-day assault pack. That claim is absolutely inaccurate. There's no way to put 3 days worth of gear inside of this, realistically. The pack is simply too small. Speaking of the pack being too small, the hydration pockets here on the side, they are the smallest water bottle pockets I've ever seen. Basically, the smallest water bottles out on the market will fit inside of this, and that's about it. You cannot put a Nalgene bottle in this. The bottles have to be very thin. You can go long, but nothing wide is going to fit inside of these pockets. Talking about this pack being so narrow, that is something that you have to keep in mind. Wide items will not fit inside of it. Or I should say this, they shouldn't be put inside of it. You can cram them in there, but because this pack has no frame, it will be bulging in the back here. So if you put, let's say, a large size stove inside of this, and you get it to fit, you will fill that product in your back, and it will deform this backpack. The next con that I have for this backpack is something that Mardingtop needs to fix, needs to address. When it arrived, it was folded in half. Because the pack had been wrapped in plastic and stored folded in half for so long, there is now a permanent crease in the foam padding of this pack. In other words, the frame of this backpack has been permanently damaged, and the pack forever will want to fold in half. I assume the company does this to save on shipping charges, but I think this is ridiculous. Stop folding these products in half, Mardingtop. That's a terrible idea. All it does is just mess up the frame. And the thing is, this pack doesn't have much of a frame. There's a piece of foam on the inside, and that's that. Now, luckily, because of the small size of this backpack, you really don't have to have a frame. Or at least, you don't have to have much of one. The frame that's present is good enough, but it sure would be nice if the pack didn't want to fold in half now. To summarize my thoughts on this backpack, initially when I received this, I was concerned, and I was not very impressed. The materials here are cheap. 600 denier polyester on the outside, that's okay. I'm not sure what they use on the inside, but it is paper thin. It is some of the cheapest polyester that I've ever seen. With that being said though, after testing this out for numerous months, I have to say I actually like this backpack. And in my opinion, it is worth $42. This is a tactical style backpack that if you treat well, you use it for civilian purposes, I think it's going to last you a long time. I would recommend being delicate with this product. When it comes to the webbing on the front of the pack, don't attach a lot of weight to it. Looking at the stitching here, it's not impressive and it does not inspire confidence. So again, that aspect to this backpack, that tactical look, really is just a look. It's not true functionality. But again, for $42, it's not bad. Not bad at all. As far as Mardingtop goes, I've been testing out a number of their products over the last couple of months, and I have to say that I absolutely hate their larger style backpacks, but I really do like the smaller ones. The larger backpacks, they're made of just such cheap materials. I do not recommend them. So many corners have been cut to bring a cheap product to the market. They're not worth the money. With that being said, the smaller backpacks, they're good enough, in my opinion, for most people, for most trips. As far as my review goes for this backpack, I am done. I want to hear from you all. Sound off in the comment section down below. Share your thoughts. What do you all think about this backpack? Would you buy a backpack like this that's made from polyester that costs $42, knowing that you're going to have to baby it somewhat? Maybe that's not the right way to put it. You just have to take care of it. This is not a pack that you can use and abuse. This is not a military pack. This is not a true tactical style backpack. This is a very inexpensive system made from polyester, and that needs to be remembered. For this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review, I am done. Everyone be well, take care, strength and honor. Oh, by the way, hit the thumbs up before you go. It does help the channel. Thanks, folks.